What's cracking, YouTube? Hey, check it out. Finna get off into this video about Kodak Black and NBA Youngboy. You know, both of these clowns seem like they in a race to see who can rack up the most charges and shit. You know, they both been in the stupid ass shit this year. You know, it's just talent going to waste. You know, two young black men that's rapping in the game, both having money, you know, living life, but they living life backwards. They living life stupidly. And you know, as a result of how they living their life, they both is incarcerated right now. You know, NBA Youngboy was sent back to jail by his probation judge. You know, he was remanded because the judge claims that he been around a lot of guns and been around a lot of shootings. Anyway, I'm gonna get into NBA Youngboy after I talk about Kodak Black. You know, Kodak Black, you know, his dumb ass shot an assault rifle at a lot of babies. You know, and federal prosecutors is mad. They filed legal documents indicating that Kodak Black did a drive-by. Him and his homeboys did a drive-by on some little children March 7th. You know, in the Golden Acres neighborhood of Pompano Beach, Florida, where Kodak Black is from. You know, this is where he was raised at. Anyway, him and his homeboys was in a Porsche Cayenne or whatever, you know, and they rode up on the local rapper's home, you know, that he didn't get along with, and him and his friends shot up the house, you know, and the babies was inside. Now, it's a blessing that no one was hit, you know. Sources indicate that Kodak Black's gun jammed, and so he wasn't able to shoot anymore. But if he was able to shoot, he probably would have ended up killing someone and probably ended up killing the babies, someone who didn't have anything to do with nothing. You know, these is innocent kids, people. You know what I'm saying? These is innocent babies. We all have babies. You know, at least most of us, you know, we all have kids, you know, and don't nobody want to see nobody shooting up no houses and damn near shooting up houses with kids in them. You know, the babies ain't got shit to do with what you and this rapper is involved in. You know, personally, me, anybody that shoot up a house and not going to get their target and could possibly hit and kill a baby, man, your ass need to be exterminated for real. You know what I'm saying? Kodak Black ain't that smart anyway. He's a dumb motherfucker in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? He's a real, he just real stupid and dumb. But anyway, that was some foul shit. So, you know, like I said, the federal prosecutors, you know, they filed legal documents on his ass. And one thing I could tell you, the feds don't play, man. You know, supposedly Kodak Black, you know, he's a felon, so he not supposed to have a firearm anyway, you know. So if the feds file charges, they gonna hit him with felon in possession of a firearm. You know, I know about this from experience and firsthand because I was in the feds myself. I did time for weapons charges, and they don't play, you know, especially shooting is involved. And I hear in Florida, the way they do their charges is a 10, 20, 30. And I believe, like, if you're a felon, you carry a gun, you may get 10 years in the state prison. You know, if you do something with that gun or whatever, you may get 20. And then, you know, the time just keeps going on. You know, I believe if you point a gun at somebody or shoot them or shoot at them or something, you could be looking at life. So Kodak Black, he may get a life sentence, you know, and that's fucked up because, you know, these is how the laws is. And when you put yourself in these positions, man, these people don't give a fuck about you, especially a young black man that's out here on the streets rapping, getting a lot of money. You know, they hate that shit, you know. All they see is young black successful young black man that's successful, and they like, we gonna tear him down any way he can, and then you helping him by doing dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Putting yourself into these dumb predicaments. You know what I'm saying? And now he facing a life sentence, and that's just in the state in Florida. We don't know what he could be facing in the feds, but I know the feds don't play, and they deal with high ass numbers, you know. Look at everybody, look at the history, look at everybody who's went down in the feds, you know what I'm saying? Look at 6ix9ine, you know. I mean, ain't nobody learn from that. None of you young rappers, y'all should learn from that and take heed. A lot of you young dudes that's following these rappers should take heed and see what's going on, because these people is not playing. You know what I'm saying? And they money won't be able to get them out. They don't give a fuck about that, you know? So, yeah. So that's where you're at with that and the shootings, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it was a blessing. No one was hit, you know? So we'll see how this turns out with Kodak Black and everything. And hopefully, you know, he don't get a life sentence, because I don't see, you know, no one was hurt, and that's a blessing. And I don't see where that would warrant a life sentence, though. That's what a lot of these charges carry. You know what I'm saying? Now, Youngboy, NBA Youngboy. We all know that NBA Youngboy was at the Rolling Loud concert, and him and another rapper exchanged words and got into it, and then, you know, the shooting commenced. And shooting commenced on both sides, and, you know, innocent bystander was sitting in his car and was hit and killed by the gunfire, you know. And I want to take the time out to say, you know, send shouts out to the family of the victims and everything, because it's unfortunate that, you know, people going to a concert to have fun, you know, and then they don't make it home. They end up dead because, you know, silly motherfuckers want to show out and shoot and get into it over nothing, when they should be preparing to go on stage and give a show, collect their money, and go home and live their life. But here it is, they want to do dumb shit, you know. NBA Youngboy, he's another one. He's another young dummy. You know, I hate to say this about the young black men, but I'm calling it like I see it. You know what I'm saying? He's a young dummy, and the people around him that's older than him is dumb too, because they're not keeping him, you know, they're not protecting him from the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They should be in his ear. You know what I'm saying? They should be his guidance. You know, they should be guiding him in a better direction in his life. Instead, motherfuckers want to see that drama, and this is the end results of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, NBA Youngboy, you know what I'm saying, his probation officer, you know what I'm saying, is fed up with him. And like I said, his probation judge remanded him back to jail, stating that he's always around guns and shootouts. You know, I don't know if he's a felon or not, but at this point it probably ain't gonna matter, because his probation, you know, it might get revoked, and the prosecutor is definitely mad at him and wants him to be sent to prison for 10 years. If he's sent to prison for 10 years, his career is over. His career is done, you know? I mean, what he gonna do, rap in prison? What he gonna do, you know? These dudes don't think about that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? They don't think about the consequences before they act. You know, you got to think before you react. You know, it's consequences to your actions. And like I said, man, the prosecutor is real fucking fed up at NBA Youngboy. You know, they don't give a fuck. Here's another young black successful man, and they like, fuck him. We're gonna tear him down any way we can. Okay, good. That's good. We don't have to tear him down. He'll do it himself. Now he's in our hands. He's in our system. You know, we'll take his money. He'll be broke, and he'll be in our system. And when he gets out, he won't have nothing to fall back on. You know what I'm saying? The rap beating left him and all that shit. And he probably will resort to the streets and start committing crimes and doing shit of that nature. And then, you know, they'll have him back in the system again. You know, it's a never-ending fucking story. You know, a lot of these rappers is stupid, man. These young dudes had no guidance, man. They don't know. They don't look, you know what I'm saying, at the longevity of it. You know what I'm saying? They getting into shootouts, hitting innocent people and children, and That shit is crazy, man. That shit is not right, man. You're accumulating so much bad energy. That negative energy is gonna take you down. You know what I'm saying? You know, they not focusing on their music anymore. You know what I'm saying? They looking at their careers as it's just what it is. They living in the moment. Like fuck a year or 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 years down the road. We living for today, and whatever happened today. And then, if I make a dumb decision today, oh well. If I gotta live with the consequences for 10 or 20 more years, oh well. I don't care. But then we all know they care. Once they get up in the motherfucking prisons and shit, they get to changing their lives and crime, because that's how that shit go. Don't nobody want to be in prison. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, And I don't wish that on nobody, being that I come from an environment, you know what I'm saying? And I used to gang bang and be off in this shit, and I've been to prison. I don't wish that shit on nobody, you know what I'm saying? Personally, I'm not a fan of neither of the two. You know what I'm saying? But hell no. I wouldn't want to see him in prison at all. Fuck no. Fuck no. And guess what? You can't blame the white people or no Illuminati or nothing, because these motherfuckers is getting they self into this shit. They getting they self into their shit, man. Real talk, man. This is a result of their own actions, you know what I'm saying? And then on the other hand, you know what I'm saying, the youth think it's cool to get shot and shoot people. Yeah, they think it's cool, you know what I'm saying? And they send a wrong message to kids who listen to their music. So, we'll see what happens to Kodak Black and NBA Youngboy, you know what I'm saying? Like, and my heart goes out to the family of the victims, that been shot and lost their lives and everything. I hope Kodak Black and NBA Youngboy could come up out of this, you know what I'm saying? But things ain't looking good for neither one of them, and we'll just have to see what's going on and everything. Let me know what y'all, let me know how y'all feel and what y'all think about this situation. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button and share this shit, man. All right, peace.